All right, up close and personal here on The Horse's Mouth on Buzz TV. Of course, we are at Tommy Mac's. We've been to Springfield before. We did a live show from the Springfield Gallery, the pizzeria there on Main Street. Now Springfield is coming to us. That's right. We've got Colby Adeeb. He is the owner and the brewer and co-owner of a new sports bar that's happening, coming your way, called Spring Sports Brewery. And Matt Fletcher is here. He's the head brewer for Hyperion Brewing Company right there in Springfield. Guys, great to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thanks.
How are you?
Cheers. Doing well.
Cheers. Man. I love being out there. Was that a few months ago? Yep. Being at the bar at Crispy's, and now you guys are back here at Tommy Mac's.
Yeah.
And interesting how it all works out.
Having us.
You guys are getting close to opening up, huh?
We are getting close. Construction should be done here in March, and we're shooting for an early April opening.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys obviously are both brewers. Mm-hmm. Do you find like you're scientists almost in the brew?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe in the beer.
There's a little science.
You gotta you gotta be creative, right? And
you definitely gotta know what's going on. That's for sure.
Yeah.
First you want to be able to be clean and consistent, and then after that you want to dig down into your recipes and understand the science behind it from there.
Okay. So do you create the recipe?
Yeah.
You do? Wow, from scratch, both of you?
Scratch.
Yep. I mean, is that what every brewer does for the most part? You
I would
come
say
up
so.
with your own.
I would say that most brewers just
batch.
they come up with something in their imagination and then they try and just pull it out.
Okay. How long from thinking about it to it producing? You producing it. Is it a year? Is it 6 months? How long does that process take typically?
Can whip it up in 2 weeks if you want.
Can you really? No kidding?
Yeah.
Wow. What's the fastest you've ever done, do you think?
Two weeks would probably be pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you get a recipe, brew it, and then you can tweak it from there.
Okay. Do you guys like, when you do it, do you like, other than your coworkers, like your buddies saying, hey, check this out, or your buddies call up and say, hey, you got any new brew going on that I can come over and test out? Really?
All the time.
And then you guys just get together and here, try this and see how it goes. Is that your first line of, I don't want to say defense, but first line of, okay, maybe I'm onto something here? Does that help?
Usually, and a lot of times it has a lot to do with other people just saying, hey, you should try this. And then it comes, you're just like, yeah, it's not a bad idea. And then you just see how you can make it work, and then you make it work.
Would you guys, now Springfield's different because it's a really close-knit community, as we figured out when we were out there, but would you guys collaborate at all with one another on brews? Like, hey, would you try this, or what do you think about this? Or I mean, you have to sign an NDA before you do it. Or you know what I mean? Like, what's the how does that relationship work when you're almost across the street from each other?
Oh yeah, I mean, we definitely want to do more collaboration brews in the future. We actually just got done doing a collaboration brew with us, Hyperion, Main and Sixth, Ardwolf, and Intuition. We brewed a beer for the 150th anniversary for Springfield.
Okay, cool.
I believe it's sesquicentennial, or
something like that.
The name always chokes me up. But yeah, Springfield's neighborhood's 150 years old, so we did a little collaboration brew for that, and I'm sure there will be more in the future.
Matt, you've been to what, Louisville? I forget where else you told me, but
Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte, and here you are in Springfield.
Yeah.
How do you like Springfield, man? It's a really
it's not
cool
bad.
town.
It's not bad. I actually just moved into the neighborhood, and I swear to God, I've never saved this much money on gas. It's a great neighborhood, man.
Do you walk to the brew?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you?
That's what I like about it.
It's really cool. It reminds me a little bit of Chicago and Boston, too. Like a little neighborhood, just in the city, hanging out, growing, and it seems like everybody's kind of pulling for one another, business-wise.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel that?
Absolutely.
Oh, definitely. We definitely get that feedback from people not only in the neighborhood but around Jacksonville. I mean, people want to see Springfield come up, and I think there's more businesses opening up in Springfield every year. So, how
many taps do you offer right now at Hyperion?
15.
15 taps. All your brews? All your scientific thinking, or what?
Usually, I do offer a cider, which we're not allowed to brew there by license, and then I also offer a lager because our system doesn't allow for brewing a lager right now.
Okay.
So I try and meet some needs that I can't,
Yeah, sure. Cool. How about how many of you guys going to have
opening up? We're kicking off probably around 6.
Okay.
And then we'll have some guest taps as well, and then as we grow, we'll take over those guest taps and hopefully have 10 to 12.
Is there ever too many? Can there ever be too many for one place to offer their own brew?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think people like variety now. I
Yeah,
think
they
that's
do.
the kick we're on is variety.
Yeah. What's the biggest seller? IPA, lager? What typically?
Probably anything very light between lager, like a cream ale, a blonde, something
Okay.
just very
Something light
gentle.
and drinkable.
I'd say
Okay.
IPA follows that very
Yeah,
closely.
IPAs are good for 3, 4 maybe.
Yeah.
Then you gotta switch.
There you go. Yeah.
It's like Guinness. You can't. You only drink so much Guinness.
Yeah.
At least I can.
Oh, yeah.
You start off with a couple, and that's good. Well, listen, man. I enjoyed having you guys on. It's fascinating how you come up with this stuff. Right? You got to be creative. You got to be diligent. You got to be smart about it. You can't be over the clouds like, hey, this is the greatest of all. Right? You got to make sure it's right and then make it work. So, congrats and continued success.
All right, man.
All right, check them
Cheers.
out in
Thank you.
Springfield, guys.
Yeah.
It's heading your way. Strings Sports Brewery, and of course Hyperion right there on Main Street. Great spot. Great to have them here on the Horse's Mouth at Tommy Mac.